Welcome back to another episode of the Mindful 8 podcast. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about illusion and the perception of reality. Now, everybody has their own individual perception of reality. This is something I speak on quite often. My perception of reality is different from your perception of reality. How I perceive one thing is going to be drastically different from how you perceive one thing, right? And why I want to talk about this today is because the illusion of Maya is different for everyone, but it is just that. It is all an illusion, Maya, right? Once you understand that we live in a U inverse, not a universe, a U inverse, everything is backwards. Da Vinci wrote backwards. Our perception of reality is always backwards, right? Because if we take the word Maya, and Maya means illusion, illusory, right? Samsara is this play. It's all theater. It's all a big play, especially in regards to politics and geopolitics and governmental structures. It quite literally is all theater. Hollywood is all theater. It's all a divine play, right? But if you take the word Maya and you flip it, how do you pronounce the reciprocal value of Maya? Say it out loud. Take the word Maya and say it backwards. I am. I am. Remember, we live in a U inverse, not a universe, a U inverse. So whatever you believe to be your perception of reality is exactly what your perception of reality is going to be. So this episode is just speaking on and reminding you that this really is all a game, right? Nothing is real, but that is the only thing that is real. The only thing that's real is that nothing is real. We choose to believe what is real and what's not. What's real to you might not be real to me. But one thing's for certain, none of this is real. It really is all Maya. And especially if you tap into the spiritual world of life, which is what the collective is slowly transitioning to, you'll understand that there is a spiritual side to life. There's a soul within a vessel, God eternal within the body, right? I am that I am. Yeshua said it, and so many other ascended masters alike. So take this understanding and, okay, what do we do with it, right? You play the game. You just have fun. Now, I smile because just earlier today, I was kind of stuck in a rut, right, with doing some work, and I realized when you zoom out, you realize that it's all a game, it's all theater, and you can do whatever you want with your life. Now, some might be gravitating towards waking others up, myself included, while others will still stay asleep. That is totally their choice. But one thing is definite is that we are going to this new fifth empire of a more spiritually aligned earth because we're Gaia. Gaia and earth are one and the same, right? But how do we get to that awareness? We break the illusion. We decode our own life path, right? Through the many modalities that have caught the light as of late in regards to gene keys, a genius zone assessment, numerology. But it all ties back to the law of one, the mighty I am presence that is all within. That is the one true thing across all space and time. Unconditional love, the golden thread of unconditional love. That's the one universal truth. And that's how we break the matrix. That's how we decode the matrix. We fall in love with it just how it is. That's how we break the matrix. By understanding that that's all Maya. It's all an illusion, right? Maya backwards, the reciprocal value of Maya literally translates to I am. I am Maya. I am nothing and I am everything. I am that I am. It's such a beautiful awareness to come to. And When I came to that awareness, it was like, okay, but then what do you do with your life? If nothing's real, what do you do? Well, that's where you get to have fun. You take this fundamental truth and you do whatever you want to do with your life. That's the beauty of it all. I am that I am. While nothing is real, everything is real. While all is an illusion, that is the illusion. It's all theater, it's all a game. But you break it and you beat the game by falling in love with the game. There is no such thing as enlightenment. There's only the ongoing process of being enlightened day in and day out. That's something to fall in love with, to remember. It's all an illusion. This is all an illusion. It's all Maya. Now, samsara is this distraction of the earth realm, right? Of vices and egoic desires, which is something that we transcend by falling in love with those desires, by falling in love with Maya. Because we fall in love with Maya by understanding that I am that Maya. I am that I am. Believe and know deep down that you're following. I'm in a beautiful place in my life, and it's all thanks to completely surrendering to the synchronistic flow of life. It's what it comes down to. We don't know when our last day is going to be. The more we know, the more we learn, the less we actually know. Socrates said it best. There's so much for us to understand and learn, and the more that we learn, we remind ourselves that we know nothing. That's the Maya that we're all finding ourselves in, this illusion, this perceived reality. Remember, perception is an illusion. If you perceive one thing, let's say, you may say this camera is not alive. I think this camera is alive, right? Everything is always vibrating. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. That's real to me. That might not be real to you. But what's actually real is what we can feel. It's our feelings, right? The elements. That's why the ether is so exciting. Brilliant discovery that we're all going through. The ether. This world is so beautiful if you perceive it to be that way. Because as you can tell, I mean, Portugal and Spain just had a massive blackout, right? And you can see that there's two very, very different timelines that occurred from that. What do you think it was? Major blackout. Is this the Black Swan event? Who's doing this? Who's they? They're doing it. They're doing this. Why are they doing this? Oh my gosh, people are freaking out, etc., etc. Meanwhile, all I saw on social media was people are having fun. They said, all right, well, can't really do any work. Might as well go have a little siesta, go drink some espresso, and go out to lunch. That's what I was seeing, right? Because 80% of this Maya is how we react. We can choose to react in a certain way, in a definite way. We can choose to freak out. We can choose to live in fear. We can choose to be angry at they. Remember, they're all actors. It's all a theater. It's all play. Remember this. Or we can choose to take care of others, to go about these interactions with love, unconditional love, to fall in love with it just the way it is. We can choose to perceive reality that way. That's the illusion that we choose to fall in love with. The eye can't see itself without the aid of a mirror. Remember that Maya is an illusion. We are that illusion. None of this is real. It's all a matrix of mind, and it's all a divine orchestration for us to remember how to transcend our own egoic desires. Time isn't linear, it's cyclical. It's the torus. We're constantly going like this, and then we get so close to a vibratory state that we vibrate at an extremely high frequency. Everybody goes through that. The entire world and galaxy and cosmos as a whole goes through that. The hero's journey and the collective hero's journey. Fall in love with your own individual hero's journey. And then for the collective hero's journey, find a way to participate, to speak your truth. For me, it was the voice. My past life, I didn't have a voice, so I wrote down everything. And when I passed, my family found my journals, and they finally knew everything I had to say because I could never speak it. But now I have a voice. That was the one thing that I pulled from that past life. Now I have a voice. I might as well use it for the highest good. Yes, I'll do my research and I'll do my work and I'll go on my adventures and I'll have fun in life, experience all of this Maya, this illusion. But I'm also going to help others and I'm going to inspire others to do the same. I'm always engaged in doing something definite through some well-organized plan, which is definite. I have many minor goals, of all of which lead toward my central scheme in the most effective and efficient way possible. It's all an illusion. But this illusion can be so much fun if we choose to see it that way. And guess what? We can see it that way if we choose. It's a beautiful illusion. It's a beautiful illusion. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We can perceive it that way. What's hot to me could be cold to you, and what's cold to you could be hot to me. Hypnosis, you can hypnotize yourself to feel a certain way, to get to a certain point in life by understanding that it's all an illusion and it's all Maya. So with that awareness, change the world for the better, because you have the ability to do so. And if you need a why, find your why. 7 layers of why. Figure out what that is for you. For me, it's always been family, the next generation to follow. That's my 7 layers of why. That's how I perceive reality. I'm doing it all for them and inspiring some other people along the way about my discoveries, inspiring others through my discoveries and my adventures and my research and videos and using my voice for the highest good. That's how I share my gifts with the world. Acknowledge your gifts and take definite action with them. Follow your passions, like I said in the previous video. It's all an illusion. Fall in love with it. This world is so beautiful. Perceive it that way. But remember, the reciprocal value, the inverse of Maya. Say it out loud. I am Maya. I am Maya. Maya, I am. I am that I am. God is everywhere, eternal within the body. God is in everyone and in everything. Just look around. And with that awareness, have fun. Smell the roses and honor the journey. Thank you for listening. Have a beautiful day.